It's Sunday morning, and let's face it, there's a life to live outside of sports. So we're going to do a really quick attempted bang up job on all the sports today as fast as we can. I would play music, but I need watch hours for the channel so we get monetized people. So let's just go through the process. I'll probably talk about things other than sports as well while we're doing this. We'll get through Sunday podcast here, but I know everybody wants to look, so let's do it. So let's pretend that we were college basketball fans today, which sometimes I am, but I didn't have a lot of time to watch any college basketball yesterday. And there were a ton of games. And unfortunately, the reason why we're starting with a clean sheet in the college basketball algorithm right now for Sunday morning is because I didn't have time to go through 80 some games of scores. I didn't automate the process to bring in the scores because I usually like following the scores to learn about how this is going. So when I'm faced with it, waking up at 5 in the morning and have to do a bunch of stuff today, I just say, all right, well, I guess I'm not going to worry about yesterday's results. And I don't think it was perfect because what I did remember seeing, I saw some upsets earlier. I don't know. I think Gonzaga won yesterday. That was good. So let's, as quickly as we can, and as I'm not doing a bang up job on this today. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, did I remove all the projected scoring formula? Ha, that's funny. Hold on. We got to back up. I broke the file. I got rid of the scores back. So let's go back. So these are the games from yesterday. That now they're back because we just pressed backwards. I was gonna say we're going with a clean sheet, but let's not go with a clean sheet. Let's leave this in here for a second. This is why it never ends, guys. Like I want to get done with this video by 6 a.m. That's 16 minutes. Do you think we could do it? Do you think we could do it? I'm worried. Yesterday, I only recorded 27 scores out of a bunch of other games. I don't know what happened. I don't care. Nobody is paying me to care about this right now. So we're going to do tomorrow being Sunday, which is today. All right. So we have the odds, even though you can't see that window. I copied the odds from RotoWire. We're putting them in the odds compiler and we're putting them below the other games. Even though I wanted to get rid of all those games, we're putting them below now. And the odds compiler goes down far enough. The date is wrong, but we don't care because we're going to put the date in here. Now let's find these games. These games are going to start where it says 12-18 here in this column, and Canisius is the first one. So these is 12-18 is today. So all these games will be 12-18 games, and I believe they are now up. Now, I didn't update injury report or stats or team stats or anything, which makes this not as good as if I would have spent the time to do that. But we have to get done with this video by 6 a.m. because we're going to do more before 6 a.m. than most people do all day. Hell yeah, Army. So anything good in here? Well, because we did this, let's glance. Underdogs, 3 road dogs. Tarleton State over the Air Force. How about home teams? There are 30 of them. You want ones with margins above 10%, which are these ones with these margins above 10%. And there are, a minus 205 for Texas Southern. That's a deal. So that's the kind of information you get. I don't care enough. People are not paying me enough to care enough and not watching enough of the videos for me to care enough and do any more with college basketball. So bye-bye college basketball. Next, football. It's a football Sunday. Football, I will put in the scores from yesterday because I want to know. I fell asleep, didn't pay attention, woke up, saw that Buffalo won in a high-scoring game. Oh, did I tell everyone not to trust the point predictions? I was like, yeah, don't believe this. What happened? Just tell Kenny, shut up. Shut up, Kenny. Kenny, shut up. Like, just let the algorithm do its thing. Just shut up. You're right. You're right. First of all, this is funny. Where's this Minnesota game? 33-0 lead Indianapolis. This game I did watch. Minnesota comes back, ties it up. By the way, algorithm said that it would be a tie. That's what it said. It was off by the score. You have to go to a magnifier of about 8 to get there, if I remember correctly. Yep, 36-35. Hilarious. Okay. Let's go back. So that happened. That's funny. Boy, if you bet on Indianapolis, boy, talk about throwing your ticket away early in the day. That sucks. That's football for you. That's gambling. Get ready for that if that's what you do. All right. So Baltimore did not show up because I said play them. So anything that comes out of my mouth, you know how that is. Cleveland wins, and then Buffalo does win. So that was making sense, but there were more points in it. I saw snow in the highlight. I saw a field goal being kicked in a blizzard. So there was a blizzard. Yeah, they still managed to put up points. So what happened there? Yeah, I mean, wow. So they don't cover, even though algorithm said they were going to cover, so they lose that. But there's a ton of points. Actual total points 61. Just don't ever listen to me. All right. So this day goes 1-2, but I mean, how can you call this game ending in a tie being a loss? Like, how can you call that pick a loss? I just don't know. But whatever. Sunday. That's happening now. I did not update an injury report. I don't think it's important to update the injury report. I think a Saturday injury report is better than the Sunday one. The Sunday one's all fraught with people playing that are hurt. So let's talk about today's games. Don't listen to me. Listen to the algorithm. What does the algorithm say? That these teams win, including up to Dallas. Here, every game is within a field goal, which means it could kind of go anyway. This is the rubber match of the night in Washington, Commanders and Giants. I would go to the game, except last time I went to a formerly Washington Redskins game, they had leaked sewage from the bathroom and it was wafting through the stands all night long, so much so that it was a news article after the game. That was the opening season when Fitzpatrick got hurt or whatever. Whoever was playing, yeah, I think it was Fitzpatrick, got hurt in like the first game, first like second snap of the first game or whatever. Anyway, so this game will be closer. That's what it says. All these games are closer, and I'm surprised it keeps saying Raiders over the Patriots by point projection here. Man, I made a bet already today. I'm done with it. I took the Patriot. I'll tell you what I took, so you know not to take it because you know I will lose. I said I will take the Jet. I think I took the Jet. No, I took Cincinnati. Yeah, I took the Jets. Jets, Cincinnati, Dallas. I took the over in this game, which of course hilarious. It's set at what the algorithm says. And I took the Patriots, and I took the Titans, and I took the Steelers. So you can see I'm all up in the algorithm's face, like disagreeing with the algorithm. So don't listen to me. Algorithm says play these teams, they will all win. That's what the algorithm says. But it's terrible with the Saints. But Atlanta sucks. So don't listen to me. Listen, yeah, we've only got 10 minutes left. Let's talk about NBA. Seemed like a bad day yesterday. I will quickly look at scores because there were not too many games. I know the Wizards lost. I think all the dogs lost. I think it was a terrible day for NBA. 93, 102. Heat win, and there was a weird injury problem. There was a point yesterday where Miami's injuries, if you looked at their injuries, they had one guy playing from the regular season. They were down to 4%. It was the funniest thing. And it's because everybody was game time decision. And that was the issue. And Miami here. Yeah, like these guys now all played, but they were all on like weird ankle, knee, and foot injuries, like game time decisions before the game. It was the weirdest looking thing. It was funny. So all right, let's go back. So that's why I was screwing up the projections. You have to look at that. And I did look at that because I saw 4% health in the video. If you look back at the video yesterday, it says 4% health for Miami. Or it was either 4 or 6. It was really, really, really low. 7, 1, 2, 3. Memphis 109, 115, and the Pelicanos are not called the Pelicanos. Still, they're called the Pelicans, and they lost the Suns. So algorithm wins at the top. All the dogs lose. None of them cover. That's bad. That is bad. And I mean, is it injury related? You know, there's a way you can answer that question by instead of using the formulated score, use the non-injured score. And let's see if that changes anything. Yeah, it gets those dogs off there. So the distorted injury numbers made this worse yesterday. What I just did there is I removed injuries from the point projection, which means you ought to rely on margin. I'm talking really complicated. I'm sorry. But I can't help it. Sometimes the injuries are good to have in there. Sometimes they're not. It's important to read more. I haven't gotten the algorithm smart enough to make a proper decision about injury criteria. I think it's the issue of whether or not the person's actually playing. And it makes me want to do more work, but I don't want to do more. I don't want to do more work because I'm not being paid to do. Nobody's bought an NBA in like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks or something, I think. Maybe it's not true. Some people will send me some bulk money, but nobody's nobody's purchased a single NBA one from the store back when I had it in there. I removed all the algorithms from the store, by the way. You cannot buy them. You have to talk to me personally now. I am not selling them individually anymore because I have to get away from doing this every day. You gotta have a robot do this for us every day, everybody. A robot that's better than me, by the way. I'm trying to build a robot that's better than me, but it's tough because, well, sorry, this robot is much better than my picks, but I mean, I'm talking about making this thing so good that it doesn't make mistakes reading the board, that it doesn't overestimate non-relevant factors, that it doesn't screw up. Because these are under development for years. I've been doing this. Years and years. No, that's the wrong number. Let me show you what I just did. I went to the wrong thing. Got to go over here. Magic. Copy that. Effect. I'm pasting the formula to connect the two, bringing down the marginal win score thing, and then pulling down the list to get this connected with the odds compiler again, so that we have the games in here. We've got 6 minutes and we have not talked about hockey yet. NBA for Sunday says. So watch out with games with a lot of injuries because it doesn't do it right. And I didn't even update the injury report because I don't have time. Don't care. So that's the NBA look because I don't care. Not being paid to do it. Want me to work more on it? Send me some money. Send me some money for doing this. I'll work more on it. I don't care. NFL we talked about. So we're done. NHL. There were games yesterday. We have to fill in the scores. We have to. Otherwise, it's not right. Because it uses historical records to determine streaks. So we have to do it. So Columbus loses 4-2. Ottawa wins 6-3 because I said it would be a tie. Edmonton loses to Anaheim 4-3. Dallas loses because I said they would win. They get as many goals I said, but they lose. Who paid goalie for them? Don't know. Rangers win. Rangers have been playing better. I just gave them the curse of death for today. Tampa Bay wins. I don't bet against Martin St. Louis, so I didn't have them. Toronto loses. I did bet on the Caps. And the one ticket that actually I had yesterday that won some money was a hockey ticket, and it was helped by the Caps. Did Ovechkin score? I don't even know. I want to click on the summary to find out. Maybe I'll go to the actually, did he break the record? These are questions. I don't know what happened in the world. I went to sleep. No idea what happened in sports yesterday. And I like that. It's more calming. I'm exhausted if I'm doing this all the time. Islanders do win. I did like the Islanders yesterday and they won. So that's one for me. San Jose loses to LA in almost an exact score prediction. And what about Winnipeg crushes? Winnipeg has been playing better and they do well there. So that leads to a hockey day with 4 minutes left. That was 8-5 and good for hockey. So there's more hockey today. We have to update a couple things. We have to get NHL odds. 5 games, it looks like. And I do like watching hockey. I watch it with my son as he is becoming a hockey player. And oh yeah, we're gonna screw everything up, aren't we? 1 second. We need to freeze the prior day's stuff. That's why the stuff breaks. If you don't freeze this and turn this into values, which we just did. And then the rest, we're gonna connect to games that we just pasted here for the 18th, which is not there, it's right here. Bring in those FX, paste as FX, pull down, and we get all the games for the day. And then we label the day, which is not the 17th, it is the 18th now. Label the day. Now we don't have scores yet because we don't have goalies correctly in here yet. there's something we have to update from RotoWire along with other stats that we should. I'm just going to do the starting goalies because that's all we need to get this to not break. So we grab the goalies and then we go into the goalie sheet. And over here in this area, you have to paste that stuff we just grabbed. If we do that, it's going to bring the proper goalie name in here, which it just did. And that ends up going into the cube. And now we can refresh and we have projections for the day. And it works. So says our Rangers over Chicago. And I've seen worse lines in hockey for games that are supposed to be this one-sided. Rangers they are back-to-back game, but they're playing well. Winnipeg, a straight-up tie against Seattle. How about that? Wait, have you ever seen it say bet a tie? This is bet a tie right here. Even goalie, even power percentage, even score. I mean, wow. Like, I think I might actually have to bet the tie on that. That's too much uniformity. So it says 3-3 or 2-2 tie right there. Probably 3-3. Calgary, San Jose. It has Calgary. So who wins this game? It does say take Winnipeg, by the way, plus 125. Seattle has not been playing well. Winnipeg has been playing well. Look at that. See this? So you can tell. Seattle going into the orange over the last 15 days, whereas Winnipeg, a steady, winning a little bit more than half their games, steady, a little bit above 500. Look at the Rangers pouring it on in the last 15 days. And these two teams are playing excellent, which is why this game is so difficult to pick. But it does say Pittsburgh notches this game slightly. Kochekhov's got a really good goalie rating for Carolina as of yesterday. I actually have to hold on. We have 1 minute. No, we have 1 minute. Sorry, I'm not going to do it. I was going to grab goalie stats and bring them in there, but I'm not going to do it because I'm done with sports for the day, guys. If you do one thing in hockey, it says take the Rangers to win over Chicago. And if you do one thing for a fun bet, it's bet the tie in this game. And other than that, guys, it's a football Sunday. And a payroll Sunday, actually. I'm doing payroll work all day. I'm done. I was like, I'm done with sports at 6 a.m. I will listen to some of them while I do other work, but I'm done. So good luck, everyone. Enjoy your Sunday of sports. May all your picks be winning.